Six. My name's Vicky and I'm going to show you lots of my books, and your teacher is going to give you one of these order forms, and if you would like to buy any you can just put the title of the book and the price and take it home and then bring it back to school to place your order. Now I'm going to show you first of all some of our amazing fiction books. You can't be getting lost in a book, and I read a lot of this age fiction myself. Even as a grown up, it is absolutely fantastic to kind of get engrossed in. So the first book I wanted to show you is The Haunting of Aveline Jones. Now this book is a little bit of a spooky story. Actually, to one point when I was reading it, it made me jump. And Aveline has to go and stay with her grandma over half term. And she absolutely loves reading ghost stories. So when she finds a spooky old book in a really, really old bookshop, she's absolutely desperate to read it. But she finds out that the girl, Primrose, who originally owned the ghost story book, went missing many, many years ago. So she's really intrigued by it, and Aveline goes on an adventure to find out all about Primrose and whether or not the ghost stories are true. Now, I'm not going to tell you any more than that because I don't want to spoil the surprise, but this will be a fantastic book for you to get lost in. It's really incredible. It's not got any pictures, really. It's got a couple. I'll show you. Just kind of around the outside. But you can really lose yourself in the imagination of Aveline's story. And like I say, there are a few bits that really, really made me jump. And coming soon, we have a second book, The Bewitching of Aveline Jones. So if you like this one, you'll definitely have to look out for the second book that's coming out. And that one is $6.99. Now, the next book I'm going to show you is Girls at War, 6 Chelsea Walk. And this is based in 1941. So if you really like history, this is going to be a fantastic fiction book for you. And it's based around this main character called Josie, and she goes to stay with her cousin Edith because there's been some shame in her family when her brother didn't fight in the war. And she finds lots of new friends, and there's lots of things going on about the war. And she faces a bit of dilemma because there's some bullying going on at school, and she decides to take a stand. So it's really kind of, if you think of wartime, history, learning, but in an amazing, amazing fiction title. And this one is $6.99. Now the next book I wanted to show you is a little bit thicker, but again, I have read this one myself. The Castle of Tangled Magic, and this is by Sophie Anderson, and you may have heard of her. She's got quite a lot of books out, and her books are all kind of a magical fantasy adventure. And this book is about 13-year-old Olia, and she lives in the most amazing castle. And this is the Castle of Tangled Magic. And her grandma lives there as well as her mum and dad and her little baby sister. And her grandma has told her that there is magic, but you can't see it, you can only feel it. And the castle has lots of different towers. And Olia tries to get into them all to find different passageways because she really, really wants to find the magic. It takes you on such an adventure to really find out, is magic true? She has a little bit of danger, and she finds out that she must search for the magic in her to save everything she knows and loves in her world. So fantastic bedtime reading book, this one. That one's $7.99. Then we move on to Just Call Me Spaghetti Hoot Boy. I love the title of this book, and he's a superhero. So this is all about Adam, and he decides that he's going to be a superhero. His favourite food is spaghetti hoops. And he wants to solve everyone's problems and make everyone happy. And that's really good because he wants to cheer up his mum. And what he finds out is that he was adopted. So the lady that he calls mum isn't the lady who gave birth to him. His real mum called him Ace, and now he wants to prove to the world that he is this superhero who eats lots and lots of spaghetti hoops and he goes on this magical journey to find his birth mum. And can you see the pages are all orange like an actual superhero? And this was a Blue Peter Award shortlist book. It's absolutely fantastic. And this one is $6.99, and that's by Laura Williamson. Jemima Small versus the Universe. Again, I have read this one and it had me completely engrossed. Jemima Small is in high school, and if you think about it, you're year 6 and you're going to be going to high school next year, and you can feel a bit funny about that, can't you? You can meet lots of new people, and Jemima Small is no different. And Jemima Small is really funny and really smart, and she loves facts and science and maths. But when she starts high school, she gets put into the Healthy Lunchtime Club to learn about healthy eating and exercise. And lots of other children at school joke on that it's the fat club. And Jemima Small doesn't really understand what they mean until she starts to look into it. So this book is really about loving yourself and each other, and it doesn't matter what everybody looks like. She wants to find herself and to be the biggest star in the universe so that she can go on a quiz show, a science quiz show for kids. Now this book is $7.99 and it's by the author Tamsin Winter, and Tamsin Winter also has another book called Being Miss Nobody, which I have read as well. And Being Miss Nobody, again, is about Rosalind, and she starts high school and she doesn't like to speak. She only speaks in her house to her mum and her dad and her little brother. She doesn't speak to anybody else. She doesn't speak at school. So she starts to write this blog and she uses the name Miss Nobody. And it takes you on a journey, and very sadly she gets bullied because she doesn't like to speak at all. She doesn't utter one word to anybody at school. So she writes through this blog how she feels, and how she hates being bullied because of the fact that she doesn't like to talk. And it takes you on this lovely story about empathy, and everybody being different, and about being kind. So they're the two books by Tamsin Winter, and they are $7.99 each, and they're incredible. Now, something a little bit different is our graphic novel series. So for those of you who don't like to sit down and read a full fiction book with loads and loads of text, these are fantastic. So this one is Robin Hood. We also do The Wizard of Oz. We do Dracula, The Three Musketeers, Hound of the Baskervilles. And these are comics with lots and lots of pictures and only small snippets of text. So it's the classic Robin Hood story, action-packed. It's really thrills and fast-paced with this legend of a story. But it's very easy reading. If perhaps a big fiction title isn't your thing, this is the one for you. And those ones are $9.99 each. And I've got a couple of non-fiction books to show you as well. Who likes computers? So this book teaches you how to build your very own website. How to design it, a real one that actually works, using Scratch, HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now I'm sure you probably know a lot more about that than me. So this has our contents page at the front, so you can see everything that you're going to learn about. And the great thing about this book as well is it has what we call quick links. So you can go onto the usborne.com website and go to the quick links of this, and it'll give you extra information on learning how to build your website. So it's got what is building a website. So it basically tells you what it is, how you're going to do it, but in really fun, colourful pages. How to get started, so what you need to do, all of the basics, how to add content to your website. So you could make a website on anything you want. You could make a website on Robin Hood, on superheroes, on Newcastle United, whatever you would want your website to be, you can make one with the help of this book. And it goes right through how to make templates, how to plan your website, what you want it to look like, starting up, creating your homepage, right the way through to linking it to different pages to take people to further information. It's super useful. JavaScript, setting up pictures. Absolutely amazing. I could definitely learn a thing or two about creating a website from this book. So they're not just for kids. And this one is $12.99. Now the last book I'm going to show you, and this is our Usborne Inventions scribble book. So this allows you to explore the fascinating world of inventions, discover how to think like an inventor and imagine your own inventions and then design them. So being an inventor, what an amazing job to grow up to be. And it has this little band to keep everything in. So we're just going to open that up. You put your name in and things, so obviously if it gets lost. All the contents, all the ways to learn what an invention is, what's inside the book, how to think like an inventor. What could you invent? How to fix problems. So if you're trying to invent something, what do we need to come up with if things go wrong? How to refuse, reuse and recycle different things for your invention. Even turns the other way. So there's lots of scribbly pages to put your notes on, your ideas and your inventions, and then how to get it from fiction of the idea that you've come up with to reality and actually create it. How to create your own app for a phone or iPad or laptop device. Drawing out your inventions, what's it going to look like and what materials and things do you need? Now you may not realise it, but inventing is learning as well. So this really will help you, especially being in year 6. Lots of different tables and models and places to add your work in. Early inventions, so you can do your little designs of different things that you're going to make. What could you make? Very, very exciting. And that would help with your website one as well, because you could invent something and create a website to sell it on. So this one is $9.99, and that's the last one I'm going to show you now. Your teacher will give you your order form to fill in. And like I said, just put the title of the book and the price, and you can take that home to ask your family if you can buy one of those. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.